Hey, so I got a tip off from one of my mates watching Palikka's video. Now, he didn't know what aim assist was, so he just thought this was a bit weird in terms of aim. So he had no idea what this looked like, and he had no idea what aim assist looked like, but he knew this wasn't normal. Putting that in perspective, right? That's how obvious this looks. Someone who has no idea thought it wasn't legit. So I'm just gonna play it normally first. Right? Okay. He hits the guy over the air, stays very close to him, and kind of gets some weird shakiness going on there, right? And the weird shakiness may look, I guess, slightly okay in fast, but it still looks pretty weird. And if we look, right, he gets this constant shakiness. It makes no sense why you do that so close to someone if you actually think about the hand movements. And if you don't know what aim assist looks like, just think of hand movements and how that would look if he was actually doing that with the mouse. It's not normal, and for a player that's considered good, right, you'd think that his aim would be less shaky than that, so up close. And a lot of the times long range in his other videos, it really isn't this shaky. Did you see that? It's that little hop he makes in between one of the shakes that just shows the aim assist really well. And it's just here. Yeah. So, I'm assuming you guys don't know what aim assist looks like first person, so I'm going to teach you pullback and the giveaways for aim assist, which is pretty much pullback. But after this, right, I was going through his other videos to see if I could find a similar thing. And I actually found that his aim was a lot less sideways. It was more vertical shake than sideways shake. But in here, you can see these really obvious sideways oscillations. And it's like this perfect shake. And that's a really big giveaway for aim assist. I wouldn't find this debatable evidence. I think this is 100% aim assist. But considering you guys, I'm assuming you guys don't know what this looks like. And this one clip should be enough considering he's clipped this. I've seen a lot of his fights, he just clips. And I'm assuming it's because the aim assist shows out, like really shows up. But he missed that one. And here's another clip. After he kills this guy, sorry, spoiler alert, just here, right? So he's still in the hitbox. Now the hitbox doesn't really despawn straight away. It takes a while to despawn. It should be on maybe a few frames from now, and then you'll see him snap. You see that? He just snaps so perfectly, but so rapidly to the center of that guy's hitbox. Now, not exact center, because the center's up there, obviously. I meant horizontal center. So the way aim assist works is when it's horizontal aim assist, you have to imagine this one axis, the y-axis, going through the very center of his hitbox. And in this case, this is what Palikka's aim assist does. And different aim assists work differently. I'll explain that later. His aim assist has one pole, and it oscillates around that pole. That's horizontal aim assist because it only moves your mouse horizontally on your screen. Now, vertical aim assist has more of a plane, a square going through the middle of your hitbox. Horizontally, yes. So a horizontal aim assist has a vertical axis, while the vertical aim assist has a horizontal plane going through the hitbox. And it oscillates around that going up and down. Now with Palikka's, we can see that he snaps so quickly right to the middle, and you can see that shake again. Assume it's possible, which it's not, but let's assume it is. Why doesn't he go up? If his aim is that perfect that he can flick right to the center with barely any shaking, right? Maybe like one or two oscillations on each side, but besides that, nothing else. He snaps perfectly to it, but still doesn't get the hits because he doesn't move up. Why would he not move up if his aim is that good? The mouse movements to make that possible, it's not normal. It's nothing a human hand could do that precisely. he just snaps. That's only... We can actually count the frames from where he snaps. It takes... Okay, let's assume that's the first frame. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 frames to get perfectly to the middle. And if we look, look, he's staying perfectly on the hitbox there. 8 frames, that translates to, I want to say 130 something ms. 130 something ms just to get there. That's insane. 3 frames is 50 ms, by the way. That's how I know that. So yeah. I don't think this evidence is debatable. That is aim assist. It's not possible for a human to make those kind of movements. It really isn't. No matter who you're watching, no matter how good you think someone is, the movements he's making aren't possible. It's too precise, it's too fast, and there's not enough miscalculation in his movements to actually show that he's not cheating. So I'm just going to show you aim assist and pull back a bit more, and then I'll just go over this one more time after you learned some new stuff about aim assist. And yeah. Alright, so I've got aim assist on with vape injected. So I've got Opti here being my assistant because he's very good at standing still. Yeah, good boy. And I'm just gonna show you pullback quickly. Oh, okay, sorry, I added to my friend list, my bad. So when I'm trying to pull off him, right, you can see like there's this shaking. Now if I like, you see that? Like where like it vibrates when you get close to the hitbox. You can. I'm gonna slow it down for you guys so you can see as well. And basically that dragging is what Palikka's doing when he's running past that guy. He goes into him, and because the aim assist is trying to lock onto the very center of his hitbox, it actually ends up just pulling him slightly away. So you see that like slight vibration, like when you're just on the edge of where it wants you to be. Now with vape, it does the outside of the hitbox rather than the very center, because, you know, it doesn't want you to get caught. But I'm not really sure what client he'd be using, but like different clients will have different like points where it's trying to pull you to. So this one just does the outside of the hitbox. That's why it ends up like this. So me and Opti are just gonna fight just so I can see if I can recreate it like in a way that you guys can see. So you can see the pullback coming off while I'm trying to hit him. But obviously this is going to be on the outside of the hitbox rather than the center of his hitbox. So keep that in mind. So it's not like it's going to look exactly the same because it won't be in the exact same position. But the actual vibration you should see just occurring on a different place in the hitbox. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he's nodding. This is why I choose Opti to be my assistant. He's very good. You ready? Cool. Ooh. So I'm trying to recreate it as best as I can by actually running into him, as Palikka does with the guy. I have a feeling, right, that he actually turns his setting down a bit with the range, so it's at like 2 per se. That way, when he gets very close, it actually activates. I think you should be able to see it really well there, because I was aiming just at the edge of where it oscillates around. So you'll notice like I make far more sideways movements, and it's not like shaking. It's more like I'm perfectly swiveling around, and hand movements just, they don't do that. And it's very strange what Palikka did, which is, I mean, it's not strange actually, it's aim assist, but as in like to someone who doesn't know what it looks like, it's gonna look extremely strange. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the explanations I gave. I hope you learnt everything you needed to. I really, really hope I convinced you. If I didn't, I think you guys have some huge bias issues, because personally don't consider this a debate. I just consider it a video of him using evidence. Like, I don't think it's deniable. It's just aim assist. It's not the rendering affecting what it looks like. I know it's not. The movements are too smooth for it to be that. And honestly, even if it was, the likelihood of it being that is ridiculously low. It's just too similar to what aim assist looks like in that context. So yeah, I really want to make it clear. When I made a video on Childish, which you can find on this channel, it had pretty much the same movements as Palikka is having here. And you guys decided to punish Childish, which means if you decide to not punish Palikka for this, pretty much the same movements, obviously a little different, nothing's going to be exact same, but they're extremely similar movements. Like, it shows the bias you guys have towards YouTubers, specifically Palikka, because right now I've produced 2 videos on him of his own videos, right? So stuff I've seen first person, and first person evidence is my forte. I practiced looking at myself cheating to get an understanding of what everything looks like, get out the giveaways of everything, and you guys didn't ban it for that. Someone got him F3S'ing, and you guys were too lazy to even respond to the report. You guys were too lazy to even respond to the email Naquif sent Lucky Cassie. So, you know, and I get you're busy, but this is pretty important considering it's a YouTuber cheating at mass. This is something he's been doing at mass a lot. He's gone Masters multiple times and he plays UHC a crap ton. This is really a big deal, and you guys are allowing him to continue. It's just kind of pathetic at this point. I'm assuming you guys don't get trained. Well, I know you guys don't get trained on aim assist because mods have told me, but realistically this should be on the course. First person evidence should be on your training course, and if it's not, you need to put it in. Everything I've explained here is viable to spotting it, so feel free, you know. Cool. I hope you guys did learn something, whether you're admin, staff, just people watching it. If the admins do not respond to this evidence, I'll just post it publicly. I'm not really... yeah, I'll probably post it publicly. If they do respond, they'll probably ask me not to post it publicly, so I won't. So, you know, you're welcome, admins. But if they don't respond, or if they tell me it's not enough, I'm just going to post it. I'm not bothered. I'm really not bothered. The admins need to keep being told they're wrong. This isn't something that's debatable, and it's something outside of their knowledge, but I'm teaching them the knowledge, and it's just... I hope I did enough to convince you, and I hope you appreciate the work I put into the video. For those watching, if you enjoyed it or learned something new, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want more. Have a nice day, everyone.